Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Matthew, this is Watty's channel, and today we'll be taking a look at some more WWF LJN original figures, as well as the customs conducted by some amazing artists out there. This video is actually going to center around the Roddy Piper figure. Now, for those that have been watching my channel, you guys know Roddy Piper, to me, one of the top 10 worst designed figures. Now, the wrestler himself, I was actually a huge fan of Roddy Piper back in the day, and among the LJN talent out there, 82 figures, I think there was 72 figures. He was probably one of maybe 5 or 10 that I remember the most about. But the figure themselves, I've said it before, when I talk about a lot of these action figures, the person or the character themselves, they play no role in my decision of selecting the worst and best figures. They play no role in talking about the playability or design. That's what it all boils down to. How, as a child, would you be able to use the figure? As a collector, how do you feel about the color scheme of the figure? And how well does it display on your shelves? So, per usual, we are going to start off by taking a look at the original figure just before we dive into looking at some of the customs that these amazing artists have come up with. So, the first one, again, that we are looking at is Series 1 Roddy Piper. It's a relatively simple and plain figure. The pose itself isn't the worst, but when you're looking at the figure, he essentially has a clothesline, and that's really it. The way that his arm is up like this, it's terrible. You really can't do a solid body slam with the figure, and it just makes it a really difficult figure to use, to work with. I never had LJNs as a kid. These whole collections basically started in the last 10 or 12 months. Before I started the My Favorite LJN tournament, yes, I did go ahead and kind of play with them a little bit, just kind of like get a feel for the figures. That way I just had a little bit more to talk about. I mentioned how I wanted to use, who was it, Don Morocco. I thought he was an amazing figure, and once I got him, started using him a little bit, just kind of like goofing off, I realized that it was actually a worse figure than I imagined. And not a bad figure, it's kind of like Bret Hart. The hands down, it just doesn't make it the best fighting figure to use. So, Roddy Piper, decent figure, just like the Hasbro figure, really good design-wise, but the fact that that figure couldn't stand up made it one of the worst figures of the Hasbro line, and this figure, because of the playability, essentially it falls in the same realm. We're one of the top 10 worst figures of the LJN line because of the horrid playability. But, color-wise and whatnot, this is actually a really good figure. And I forget who I got these custom kilts from. I never gave him props because I got 4 of them for a great price, and I can't remember who I got from them. And to me, these kilts that they made custom are probably better than the originals. But I keep getting so many different Piper figures and different cloth and whatnot for the kilts, so I don't know if I even have an original, to be honest. So that is Roddy Piper, the original. I'm trying to see which one of these was the very first one I bought, and I actually thought I had more Roddy Piper figures than this, but okay. So this Roddy Piper, much better, and I've said it before, I like the blue, or excuse me, I like the black shirt Piper more than the white shirt Piper any day. I think this one came from, on eBay, a seller named Sir Max-a-Lot. So I got this one, and I got a Bruce Beefcake from him, which we'll probably do that video probably a little bit further down the line. Not after this video, it'll probably be 2 or 3 videos later when I come back to do these videos. So I love the reality check, and to me, I just think I like the blue shorts or blue trunks more than the red. I mean, that's just me. To me, I remember seeing him fight in this outfit. Yeah, I remember him red as well. But I just remember this color. It just pops up in my head a little bit more. Beautiful design. I like the design of the boots here. Roddy Piper for RP on the boots, and he does have it on both sides there with the laces. And you know what? I've never actually noticed the RP on the boots of the original. Maybe because the red kind of like makes it blend in, but beautiful design. I mean, that right there, I like that because I've never noticed that before on the original, so that really helps. And I think among the Roddy Pipers, this might be the best one, if not the best, probably second. This is just an absolute fantastic Piper figure. The rest of these, I think they all came from Stinger GQ, if I'm not mistaken. At least 2 out of 3, but I think all of them did. I'm trying to see which is the first one I bought. This may have been the first one, and I think this one actually is an original kilt. And I talk about different material on each of the figures, so this one actually looks more like it could be. And of course, when I bought it, they actually stated original kilt or not, but I just I can't remember. I might just buy so much from so many sellers that it's hard to keep track of everything. So, very reminiscent with the original. They both have the hot rod on the shirt. Everything else is pretty much identical as far as trunks, knee pads, and boots. So they did change up, well, no, because the belt on the original is just a little bit faded. So even the belt looks really good. And of course, I mean, the hot rod on the original, still pretty good. You're still legible, really good. But that color is just really, truly amazing. Absolutely love it. So we're at 7 minutes, guys, and I was thinking that this was going to be about a 15-20 minute video. To be honest, I could probably get this done in less than 10 if I wanted to, but I'm going to try and stretch it out a little bit. Give you guys another 360 of the black shirt hot rod Roddy Piper. And again, I think this kilt here is an original. So generally, I like to keep originals with the original figures, but I also have a really hard time. If I buy a figure that comes with an original accessory, I don't like to change things up. I like to keep them as I bought them. So if a particular figure came with a championship belt, I want to keep the belt on that figure. So this is custom number 2. Here is another white shirt custom with a panther on the shirt. And like I said, this one feels more plastic. That's why I said different materials for each figure. And I like that it goes back to the blue trunks. These are kind of more of a brownish purple type boots. They're not really red. I don't know if that was intentional or what happened there. By the way, you kind of look at the boots here. I love the shininess and, you know, full color of the blue black shirt Piper, but I don't know, I like the fadedness, I guess, of it. It just kind of makes it like, I don't know, it's like when you wear a pair of boots and, you know, you get them brand new, they look beautiful, but it wasn't until you actually start breaking them in that they like really start becoming more appealing, or a pair of blue jeans for that matter. So kind of like what these boots remind me of, you know, kind of like more faded, you know, worn in, make it look a little bit more pop, makes it pop a little bit better. All right, number 5. This is the last custom. So no doubt here. I mean, when I bought this one, you could already tell by the photos that this one was going to be a little bit askew in the lettering, but it's still a beautiful figure. Overall paint job on this, you know, did a good job. Is it the best paint job I've ever seen? No. I mean, I've said it before. This stuff really doesn't have to be. You know, it's just something different. It's unique, and that's what I get. Why I get a lot of enjoyment from it. So, Roddy Piper, black shirt. I'm trying to think what it says. I want to say it says Cure, but again, it said it in the description when I bought the figure, but I just can't remember all that. There's just too much information. And when you look at my purchase history, you gotta basically scroll page after page after page because I acquire so many in such a short period of time. But that is the Roddy Piper original and custom figures. And it's kind of weird because I could have sworn I had like one or two more Piper figures. But, you know, hey, if 5 isn't enough, I don't know what is. I will come back today, make one more video. Again, today's August the 11th, which, nope, I take it back, August 14th. So Sunday, August 14th. I will plan on making one, maybe 2 more videos tonight. So I've got the Q&A video down. I've got the Piper video down. I want to do... I'll do the managers next. There's a couple managers I really want to, kind of dig in on. Alright guys, I will talk to y'all soon. Thank you for watching, and please let me know what you guys think and leave any questions you might have. I appreciate y'all. Goodbye for now.